All right, let's talk about first dates. They can feel like this super high stakes performance, right? We get so wrapped up in what we're going to say, what we should wear, picking the perfect spot. But what if the most powerful thing you're communicating has nothing to do with any of that? Today, we're going to break down those subtle, unspoken cues that can create a really powerful, really positive first impression. So, check this out. The source material for this whole explainer kicks off with this really powerful idea. It claims there's one trait that's more attractive than the two things we're always told matter most: money and looks. And that trait is called grounded masculinity. Now, that's a pretty bold claim, so let's actually unpack what that even means. But before we can even get to what that is, we've got to talk about the problem it's trying to solve. See, the biggest issue on so many dates isn't a bad joke or a wrinkled shirt. It's what's going on inside you. Your nerves, that anxiety, it's not just a feeling you have, it's actually broadcasting a really clear signal to the person across from you. So I want you to think about that for a second. When you feel that knot in your stomach on a date, what is that energy really saying to the other person? It's not just, hey, I'm a little nervous. Nope. The signal goes a whole lot deeper than that. And this slide just lays it out so perfectly. On one side, you've got the nervous signal. Your voice gets kind of pinched, a little higher, because you're not breathing deep from your diaphragm. The source calls this feeling fragmented, and on a subconscious level, it signals you're not fully there, which, believe it or not, can feel untrustworthy. But then look at the other side, the grounded signal. Your voice is deeper, it's supported by your breath, you feel centered, you are present. And that is what signals safety and trust. So here's the crucial part. This is not about faking it till you make it. It's about genuinely shifting your internal state. And the best part is there's a toolkit for that. We're going to look at exactly how to build what the source calls grounded presence using some really simple, actionable techniques. So here it is, the official definition. Grounded presence, a state of being calm, centered, and fully in the moment. Now, the key phrase here is that it allows you to regulate your own nervous system first. Once you can do that, you can actually influence the energy of the whole interaction. It all starts from the inside. Okay, so how do we actually do this? I mean, what's the practical advice? Let's break it down into 3 really specific, really powerful techniques that you can literally use on your very next date to manage your state and build that feeling of trust almost instantly. Technique number 1 is called co-regulation, and it's just this simple idea that by calming yourself down, you actually help calm down the person you're with. It is so simple, but it is profoundly effective. All you do is take a deep breath, not a shallow chest breath, but way down deep into your belly. And then you put all your focus on a really long, slow exhale. And this little detail, this is the secret sauce. 6 to 8 seconds. Why that long? Well, there's actually science here. An exhale that long literally stimulates something called the vagus nerve, which basically flips a switch in your body telling your nervous system, hey, we're safe, time to chill out. You are physically telling your own body to relax. Okay, technique number 2, empathetic mirroring. This one is all about how you handle it when she's nervous. Now, what do most of us do? We see someone's nervous and we try to fix it. We say something like, hey, don't be nervous, or just relax. But that almost never, ever works. In fact, it usually backfires because you're kind of dismissing how she feels. So instead of trying to fix it, the source says you should do this. You reflect the emotional truth of what she's experiencing by saying something like, wow, I can tell this is really high stakes for you. You're not trying to solve her problem. You're showing her that you see her. You're validating what she's feeling. And that, right there, builds an immediate bridge of trust. Now, this third technique is fantastic. It's called gravity pauses. Most of us are absolutely terrified of silence in a conversation. We rush to fill every single gap because that silence just feels so awkward. But a truly grounded person, they're comfortable with it. They can actually use that silence as a tool to create space and draw the other person in. And here's the part that makes it all work. This is the magic ingredients. You don't just go quiet and look away. You hold gentle, warm eye contact through that pause. This creates what the source calls a pull. It's not aggressive or intimidating, it's an invitation. It signals confidence and shows that you are 100% present with her, not just scrambling for the next thing to say. So when you start to put all these pieces together, you can see what's happening here. These techniques aren't about learning clever lines or conversation hacks. They're about completely shifting the dynamic away from a performance and toward a genuine, present connection. So here's your quick cheat sheet, your grounding toolkit. Number 1, co-regulation. Remember that long 6 to 8 second exhale to calm yourself. Number 2, empathetic mirroring. See her emotion and reflect it. Don't try to fix it. And number 3, gravity pauses. Use that comfortable, silent eye contact to create that pull. And honestly, this might be the most important takeaway of the whole thing. Please don't think of these as tricks to try and win a date. They're not. They are tools. Tools to lower the stakes for both of you, to create a space that actually feels safe and comfortable, and to build a real foundation of trust right from that very first interaction. And that kind of brings us to this final question. We spend so much energy worrying about having the perfect thing to say, right? But what if real, attractive confidence has nothing to do with your words at all? What if it's simply about your ability to be calm, to be centered, and to be fully, completely present with the person right there in front of you?